What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Legion on Zoom. As far as I know, this is Chaz.
Yes, it is Ches, and this is Miguel.
And this is Rod, and we're coming to you on a nice and a very pleasant Sunday evening today.
Word. Yeah, so we're all together on Sunday, like family and friends.
Exactly.
And the lovers we are. Moving on.
I'd be curious to know, when do people listen to this, right? Because we drop them on Fridays sometimes, right? Sometimes Saturdays, sometimes Mondays. We don't know. I'd be curious. Do people tend to listen to us on the weekend? Is this how you spend the weekend, or this is what helps you through the weekday? I'd be curious to know what people who listen to us the most.
Oh, word. That would be some awesome feedback if you guys could let us know. And then we'd be able to adjust stuff from there. Some fan feedback on that would actually be awesome. I would like to think as whenever we drop the episode, the world stops. Kind of like when the snap habit, like people just stop what they're doing and everyone just listens.
Yes.
It's like as soon as we drop it, like people get into car accidents, like God forbid. But
Damn.
It's like people need to listen so bad that they just focus and drop whatever they're doing. But yeah, and just like people tend to focus on our episodes, hopefully, we got to focus on some epic Snyder shit because the man just doesn't stop. Now we have the Army of the Dead fresh off the heels off the Snyder cut. And from what I've read, it's basically Batista versus zombies.
Ooh.
Yes. Like, I'm sold.
Yeah.
And I mean, of course, I haven't watched the trailer. What were we going to say, Rod?
Right now, the last trailer we got was more of a teaser, so we didn't see much except Batista running and yelling epically, helicopters and shit. So hopefully this time we'll see what's going on with the actual story. So I'm stoked. Let's do this.
As far as I care, what you just said, that could be the whole story. Just 2 hours of that on loop. All right.
I'm with it.
And of course, I haven't watched the shit. I'm sure that the other two haven't either. And we're about to give you guys some good reaction. So, gentlemen, we're getting better at this. Initiate Zoom Tube. Holy shit. That was fucking awesome. Yes. I am a little bit upset though. One, I'm all in. I'm all in 1,000%. Even though if I wasn't that reality, I wouldn't do that. Like, fuck that. But I'm all.
You don't have to be all in to watch the movie to say well, I would be in their shoes. I would do the same. No, not at all. I would not be in their shoes, but I would watch the shit out of everything they do, though, for sure.
I'm mad that I hope it's in the movie, but we didn't get one power bomb. But okay. Not one zombie getting power bombed, but I hope he power bombs the tiger zombie.
Damn.
Or the zombie tiger, but
I know what's an appropriate term. Is it a zombie tiger or a tiger zombie? I want to be correct.
The first thing that sticks out to me about this movie is that, all right, so the zombies are not going to be like they were in Dawn of the Dead, right? Zack Snyder's previous zombie epic. These zombies appear to be somewhat smart or sentient or sort of. It reminds me of what was that last George Romero zombie movie that came out in the early 2000s? Anyway, it was
the one with John Leguizamo.
I think that's the one. But yeah,
Land of the Dead.
Land of the Dead. Boom. There you go.
Yeah, I think we saw that shit in the theaters together.
Yeah, I think we did too. And that one was a bit of a letdown, but Zack Snyder does not let down. I mean, nothing against the godfather of the zombie genre, George Romero.
Yeah, respect.
Deep cut. And shout outs to John Leguizamo, who played a superhero type person in the past. Throwback. And Dennis Hopper was in that movie, who was Bowser in the Super Mario movies, where John Leguizamo was Luigi, if people remember. Deep cut.
Damn, your mind is a thing of beauty.
It's a
beautiful mind.
It's a weird place. What bothered me? Okay, and what I was gonna say to piggyback off what Rod was talking about with the zombies, I got a Ghost of Mars vibe. I don't know if you guys remember that throwback movie with Ice Cube back in the day.
Nah.
Damn, I don't think I saw that one. I'll throw it up here. Boom.
Yeah, but look into it. Ghost of Mars, starring Ice Cube. It's like a similar tribal zombie villain thing. I just don't understand why in all that there's a guy with a bat with nails in it. Get some bullets.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Dead Rising kind of thing, right? But yeah,
that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
That's like the comedic relief guy. Looks like the blonde dude, and I think that was supposed to be Chris D'Elia's role, who was like got a not so graceful exit.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be cool to figure out in terms of when did they hire people? Because I do know they have Tig Notaro, I think that's the way you pronounce her last name, and she's a comedian as well. So I don't know, was she replaced? Like those are or did they have two comedians from the get go? Because I think that's stuff that I've heard so far that people have been like highlighting her role in the show and in the movie. But also, but I wanted to ask you guys because I haven't seen. We've said this before. I haven't seen the other movie that he made. Do you think it's something we have to watch before we do this movie? Because like at the beginning in the trailer, right, we have that scene with Dave Bautista saying like all the things that we did for them. That's not relevant to anything from before, right? He wasn't in the old.
To which movies exactly?
Dawn of the Dead.
No. Those are all isolated. Yeah. Because in Dawn of the Dead, fans should go check that out. Those zombies were just fucking savage. It was just chaos. Like it was like this is some weird cross between like something scientific, but something like kind of magical. Because I see like a zombie priestess at the beginning. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I know it's not like Dawn of the Dead, which is just straight like virus broke out, oh hell broke loose, wham bam, thank you, man. Like I don't think it's related. It's straight.
I just confirmed that it is Tig Notaro. Sounds like some type of like anime character.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
The question is, could this be the beginning of a Snyder zombie verse?
I mean, we are getting the anime on Netflix as well, so I'm ready to jump back on Netflix after not having had it since like Castlevania season 2 ended or some shit like that.
Damn, that's been like a year or more now, right?
More than a lot more than a year.
A lot more than a year.
Yeah, yo, that anime was awesome. Castlevania was so good. Season 2 took a crazy left turn, I feel, but overall,
season 3.
Season 3.
I meant season 3. Season 2 was good, and season 3 was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But
shout out to Warren Ellis.
Hell yeah.
Facts. But yeah, I'm all in to see that movie. Can't wait. Can never get enough Snyder. Just adding to the epicness.
And when is it coming out for those of us that don't know? We just saw a trailer. That's a bad trailer if it didn't say it or we didn't pay attention to it. Come on now.
I think it was a little from column A, a little from column
May 14th.
It's coming soon.
Yeah.
There you go. We're all in. Now, peeps, into some news. In the news. You guys saw it. Fans is on our page. Go check it out. The fucking footage of Oscar Isaac training for the Moon Knight show that's going to be on Disney Plus. Holy shit. Like, they're getting really violent, really gory. I see competition even for the awesomeness that was Daredevil. I even see some parallels in the close combat style fighting. What do you guys think?
I agree. It actually makes me even wonder because I know for a lot of scenes, obviously Charlie Cox had a stunt double, and I'm sure Oscar Isaac was going to have a stunt double. But it's so fucking cool to see Oscar Isaac fucking kicking ass, like going toe to toe, with somebody and freaking. Although obviously it's make believe and he's supposed to land those punches, but it looks fucking reminds me a little bit of kind of how Tom Holland does some of his stunts as Spider-Man because he is got that fucking gymnast almost kind of ability. So god damn, like those scenes with him like with a knife going for the guy's throat. I'm like, god damn, like, Moon Knight's gonna be vicious.
Word, I saw like multiple stab wounds being placed on other people. Like, okay, Disney, damn.
He's on his John Wick shit.
Yes. Oh,
facts. And I definitely encourage the fans to go and look up the character. His origins are super weird. It has to do with some Egyptian deities. There's issues with mental health, and of course, the golden standard. He's a billionaire playboy, philanthropist. Word, right? He's a billionaire playboy philanthropist.
Sort of, exactly. So the thing is, because he's a mercenary, and he was a mercenary for hire, and so he acquired his wealth through that.
Okay.
And then what ended up happening was like a job went wrong. He tried to do kind of like the good thing in Egypt, and he was killed. But then he was resurrected by the god Khonshu, who was like this moon god that brought him back to life to have him serve him. But then there is this whole mental health stuff where like I think it's canon where he has like a multiple personality kind of disorder and he has different versions of himself. And then there was acclaimed Bendis and Malibran where he thought he was Wolverine and Captain America and Spider-Man, besides being Moon Knight, Mark Spector, which is his real name. Wow. And so there's a lot of these elements to him. I've heard it so back. I haven't followed all the runs, but I've heard some of the mental health issues stem from the being resurrected and possessed by a fucking god or something. But who knows? So, but regardless, but he is very street level hero, violent as fuck, and so hopefully Disney Plus doesn't water it down too much.
And to be honest, by the look of that training footage, I honestly don't think they're going to water it down at all. Especially because I think they were kind of testing the waters with Falcon and the Winter Soldier a little bit. Like, they gave us a taste to see if they would get any backlash. And come on, this is like ancient Rome, dude. The fans are all in for all blood all the time.
Yo, shout out to Oscar Isaac for being in everything, right?
Facts.
Yo, he's doing it all right now.
Yo, I wonder what that must feel like, you know, like at times be like struggling to pay rent and then see your bank account just like bursting at the seams.
All right, cast him for a DC character. Go.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Adam Strange or Mr. Miracle? Ooh, Mr. Miracle. Written by Tom King.
Damn, that's tough, man. Wow.
Damn, Mr. Miracle. That could be a good one.
Based off of the look the artist gave him in Tom King's run, I think he would look really good as that dude with his like imposing wife.
Ooh, the official like movie version of Elongated Man.
Nah,
yo,
not with that. No, yeah,
fuck yeah.
What?
Because we got elongated man on Flash, right? And that was that like Jim Carrey type actor. I'm like, I want that.
Yo, how do you waste Oscar Isaac on the elongated man? Anyway, let's move on to other news.
Elongated man. All right. What a waste of talent.
I stand by it.
Yeah, but we got more news to fucking dive into. One that we're very excited about, right? Because we've been talking about this from before, that there was the big X-Men election, right? Which is the whole idea of like they were announcing a brand new X-Men team to be debuted July, but they allowed us, the fans, to select one member to join the team that we would select, that we would vote. We discussed this a while back. I don't remember which episode it was. We all had our choices. I think Ches wanted Forge.
Yep.
Notoriously.
What was your choice, Rod?
I don't even remember, bro.
Rod wanted Beast.
I think I was just hating the whole time on Forge. I don't even think I picked.
He was so overwhelmed.
I was just hating.
Oh, I think you wanted Strong Guy, no?
Strong Guy.
Yeah, nice.
And I think I was leaning towards Armor. I think that was the one I liked the most. But we got Polaris. Magneto's daughter was the one that got recruited to be the X-Men. And that works. That works with me.
And she is Magneto's daughter.
Yes.
That squad is kind of stacked, considering the fact that two of the people on the squad can duplicate anyone's powers, that being Sync and Rogue. Because the stack is
so exactly. Let's break it down for the people who the new X-Men are going to be for the era of Krakoa,
and also for our boy Dayspring, who I'm sure is gonna love this fucking part. Shout out to Dayspring on the Power of X.
Dayspring. That's like his evil Madeline Pryor version.
Dayspring and Dayspring. Two beings in the same body. All right, moving forward. All right, so we got Cyclops and Jean Grey.
Wait, I'm sorry. Dayspring makes me think of like Deadpool. Like why Pool, right? Like when they named him, I mean, the name now is like a household name, Deadpool.
Oh, but remember, they stated Deadpool is because of the betting pool. Because at the bar that he frequents, at whatever's house for like danger, like girls or something like that, the Mercs have a betting pool that they call the Deadpool about like who's gonna die. That's what he named himself after.
Oh, and that's tied to the origin, not a retcon.
No. Well, yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I believe that's in Deadpool 1. They even do it there. Yeah.
In the comic book, that's where I think where the name. I don't know about that.
I thought that was the movie.
I thought that was in the movie for sure, where they confirmed the name to be Deadpool like that. But I don't know, because I'm also wondering, does it come from like the term dirty pool? Because that's also like a saying for like when something's like, I actually Googled it right now to be sure, to mean dishonest, unfair, unsportsmanlike conduct. So I don't know. Does it have to do with that? I don't know, but we'll look it up.
Anyway, Die Spring.
Yeah,
anyway,
and Dayspring, he probably climbed Everest or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, but exactly. Yeah. But we got the new X-Men team. So the X-Men are going to be like Chess started saying, right? We have Cyclops and Jean Grey because they were the ones that decided to make this new team. And then we have Rogue, which are classics. Another one that I'm very happy about. We have X-23 Laura going as Wolverine. She'll be the Wolverine on the team. We have Sunfire as well, another old school classic X-Man. And then we have Cinch, who basically I think he was most known for being in Generations X team. That was where he debuted in the Phalanx Covenant storyline, where they debuted the Generation X team. And then we have Polaris, and I think that's
and
it.
Rogue, right? Did you say?
Yeah, Rogue? Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I might have
and said the other Wolverine, like the Wolverine, Mr. Logan, he's currently on what X Squad, what X Factor, right?
No, X Force. He's on
X Force, which they're like the Wetworks Black Ops team for the X-Men. They essentially go out and kill people, like what is it, like preemptively and shit, like to avoid. That's their
yeah, exactly. Because the idea now that they're a country, right? They're living on Krakoa, right? And so X-Force is supposed to be both like their CIA and they're like, I don't know, like also like Black Ops kind of stuff. And so they have like the intelligence section, which is run by like Forge and Beast and I forgot her name. But then they have the people that go out and do the dirty stuff, but they're doing it in terms preventively instead of reactionary as they're used to. And now we're going to have the proper superhero team, which is supposedly they're not going to be tied to the government of Krakoa. What they do is supposed to be independent of that to not get into some political hot messery. But the idea is to have a proper superhero team to show the world that they're still there and that they're willing
to protect Earth as a whole and shit, like to see a face kind of, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
I wonder if in the MCU we'll ever see Rogue like get empowered by like Captain Marvel. You know, like in the 90s cartoon, and I think the comic book as well, like she gained her super strength and flight from Carol Danvers. Yeah. So now that you have Carol Danvers, and you could get a Rogue, that'll be cool. Because the last version of Rogue in the cinematic Fox verse, she didn't really have. All she had was the absorbing powers.
Right.
But she didn't really have all the other cool abilities she has in the X-Men show.
You just gave me a bit of an idea. So if you think about it, if Disney, right, in the MCU, they want to create a perpetual motion money printing machine eventually,
another one, right?
Like down the road. No, because this is what it is. So since they acquired the X-Men and have to introduce them, for example, it's like that what you said eventually has to get done. It's like, you know what I mean? Like they have a whole wealth of shit in the comics because they own almost everything from the comics. So instead of coming up with new shit, I see them just straight up bringing canon to the screen as they get grittier and more creative. Because even the people that are just about the MCU are starting to get as like well versed as like the people who are all about the comics themselves. So even like the casuals are starting to be no longer casuals now since the MCU's been around for so long. So like that whole scenario that you just said, I see that shit actually happening eventually.
Yeah, of course. And I think, and we've seen it happen, like nothing in the MCU has been 100% original. Everything that's been on the MCU it's inspired by what's happened in the comic books, and it's loosely or sometimes closely related to the source material, but I don't think there's been anything. The only thing I guess would be like the Avengers, how they got together, which is obviously different than the classic old school, which like it's fighting like Hulk because of Loki. But they're still like, for example, that Loki was a key integral character to bringing them together, and which was also similar-ish to the story that Mark Miller wrote with the Ultimates, which I think was before the Avengers movie came out. So yeah, of course they're gonna do it. And actually, with that Rogue comment, I've been hearing rumors for a while that they say that they think that Rogue might be the villain for the next Captain Marvel movie or something to get that thing in. And I would love that.
That's crazy. I don't even know how they would like work that, but they can work it. It's Feige. I don't care.
Yes. And actually, taking advantage of that from that, other great X-Men related news. So this is comic book news, right? That was comic book news for the fans out there. This is going to be the new X-Men team. Get X-Men #1 that comes out in July. with this new awesome team written by Gary Dugan, with art from Pepe Larraz, beautiful fucking art, with colors by Marte Garcia. Check it out in July. But now back to the screen, as we were talking, there's been these big hot rumors, right, that there may be a Wolverine anthology fucking series in the works to debut in Disney Plus. Jesus, what do you guys know about this? What do you guys think?
Well, I mean, I don't know jack shit about from the fact that it's a rumor, because I think that's all it is at the moment. But I can already see it having very much the Falcon and the Winter Soldier-y vibes. You know what I mean? Because it's all about soldiers and like the government and shit. And it's gonna be just like a very that type of vibe. We might get some Nick Fury even at some point. Like it's gonna be a very like that aspect of the MCU and just that aspect in general for Marvel, which I've always thought they've had it way more together than DC. Because in DC, it's just a bunch of like different agencies and shit stacked on top of each other, no real organization, and then it's the White House and the Pentagon. But in Marvel, they've always had a very organized and layered way to explain like what goes on behind the scenes as far as government goes. And I think this shit, like I said earlier, I think the Falcon and the Winter Soldier allowed them to play with a lot of things that they're gonna expand on, like that. All that like espionage and suspense shit, a little bit more of a violent approach, some more hardcore and technical fights. They're gonna expand on all that shit, and I think that was their testing lab.
Hell yes. And they've already started to kind of especially with the Falcon and Winter Soldier, give us some X-Men hints, and that are also heavy Wolverine hints, right? Because the idea of this show is that supposedly the rumors are for the anthology series is that each season is going to be based on a different era of Wolverine's life, right? Because obviously for the fans out there, Wolverine's one of the oldest fucking mutants out there. Not like old, like Apocalypse old, but he's fucking old, right? Like he was born in like the Civil War era, right? Like
yeah, like the 1800s. Which reminds me, thank you for saying that. Because as soon as I read about the show, it kind of made me think. Shout out to Adrian Paul from the Old School Highlander show on USA. That it's kind of gonna have a similar vibe if you think about it, because he's like an immortal. So it might be that like he's in present day and it'll be like flashbacks, or he might run into people that he met across time and shit. You know what I mean? Because he's not the only semi-immortal mutant. He has other relations with people that expands. Like they might bring in Sabretooth into this, who also has a healing factor. They're technically the same age or something like that, right?
Something like that. Something I don't remember. I think Sabres might be a little older, but yeah, they're around the same generation. And so that would be fucking crazy to have each season kind of, because then the idea is that hopefully with that explain how Wolverine's been around in the MCU for so long and not like, you know, didn't help out with the Avengers or something, you know, like where he's been. And so that would be dope. And like I was saying, so because in Falcon and Winter Soldier, they've been hinting at the Weapon Plus program, right? Knowing that they've been creating super soldiers before, which is where he came from, Wolverine with the Weapon X. And they've also introduced Madripoor, which is a big place where he lived for a while. And they showed us in the first, when that episode with Madripoor, they give us in the background a bar called the Princess Bar, which is just because they just show it, but in the comic books, that's the bar where Wolverine used to work at. I think he owned for a while, and so that's a huge nod for like us and like Wolverine fans and that kind of stuff. So it's like shit, that would be cool.
Well, I mean, I think you just answered why they showed it.
Who do you cast, though?
Yeah, like you literally said, like I don't know why they showed it, and then wanted to give a very detailed and knowledgeable reason as to why they would show it.
Yeah.
With that, who they cast? Yo, yeah, word. I mean, this brings the big question. And it's obviously Tom Hardy. Nah, man. It has to be Tom Hardy.
I honestly, I want somebody new.
But Venom, though. He's not going to double dip like that. They're two demanding franchises.
Nicolas Cage is Wolverine. I said it. I'm going to fuck. I'm down. I'm with it. Rod sees it.
I'm thinking. Isn't he tallish?
Yeah, nah, he's too tall. He's too tall.
I mean, Hugh Jackman was like 6 feet tall, but whatever.
Right.
Yeah,
but like he earned it, you know? Because also even at that time, Hugh Jackman wasn't like necessarily very well known household name.
Not at all. Not at all.
See, that's what I want.
Even the original casting. The original person that was casted is the guy who played the villain in Mission Impossible 2. Which is my favorite and probably the only one I've seen all the way through.
Oh shit!
But he was cast, and then he had to step away. I think it was to do Mission Impossible 2, and this unknown came in and charmed the world.
Shit, at one point wasn't Danzig, I think, from like that pop, like from that punk band, also in the mix for the casting.
Yeah, those were like the early '90s rumors.
Yeah, like back in the day. Shout out to Danzig.
Yo, who was the actor for Mission Impossible? I'm trying to Google
the villain.
Oh, I think it's I think his name is Dougray Scott. I think.
That guy. He's another epic dude. I haven't seen him well, granted, I don't watch much non-superhero shit, but I haven't seen him in a movie.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, I think they should keep it with the tradition of going with the unknown, because
of course.
This might sound a little bit weird, but it's like, as much as people are starting to talk about like, oh, we're oversaturated with like superhero shit, no genre in movies has brought more unknown actors to unfathomable riches than the superhero movie genre. Just fucking mad unknown actors, just millionaires left and right. People who we've never fucking seen, who never would have gotten a chance anywhere else somehow, because there's so much material, so many characters, and so much to draw from. So many people have gotten opportunities.
Our biggest MCU come up.
Damn. Hemsworth. I'm going fuck. Because Downey Jr. was redemption.
That wasn't the come up. He's been a star since day one.
Damn, yo.
I would Hemsworth. Yeah, exactly. I think I would have to go with Hemsworth. Yeah, for sure.
And that's because I think like that's the like biggest and most epic role like to fill. You have to be like an epic like physical specimen with like that projects and shit. You know, like it's weird, but I'd say Hemsworth, because finding a Thor is tough in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know, and I don't know. I would, because Chris Evans also, but like now that he's no longer gonna be an integral part of the MCU moving forward, I don't know. I think Chris Hemsworth still, I think he still has like I can see many more years of good work in him, and just I don't know. I think no, I'd go with him.
And also, I'm not gonna front, is because I feel like he knows he probably sucks in other movies. Like Thor's his thing. You know how like
damn, why you gotta hate? Why you gotta give him some shit? You're like, he's a bad
I've never
actor.
seen him in anything else.
Because he knows, dude. I think he learned from Tobey Maguire, who was like, what? How many movies were on the contract? 6, and he left after 3. And Hemsworth is like, nah, bro. I'm gonna fucking retire as Thor. I'm gonna buy half of Australia as Thor.
Yeah, I want to see Thor Love and Thunder, man.
I want to see Thor 5. Yes. Already, fuck that.
But speaking of Tobey Maguire, the other great news that we ended up getting recently, which was fucking a mindfuck, is that Alfred Molina himself confirmed and spilled the tea during an interview for Variety that he's in the new Spider-Man movie No Way From Home. That's confirmed. That's him. And then he was obviously, como se dice, skeptical about it, right? Because he's like, but didn't I die in the movie? And I'm like, I'm older now and whatnot. But he like said no, that exactly. Apparently his story is that he's brought into the movie right at this, like, I guess right where we last see him in Spider-Man 2, which is when he's about to die.
Really?
No?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yo, Spider-Man is where it's at, yo.
So like, I think it's gonna be like one of those things where like he falls into the depth of the water, like it's deep and dark, and then like he gets saved by something somehow, like right before he dies. You know what I mean? Like, and
remember at the end of that, he sacrificed himself because he finally came to his senses, right? So there's a good chance that he'll come to this movie as like a good guy. You know, he doesn't necessarily have to be a villain.
Oh, dope. And that'd be good. I would love that, because then it'd be like kind of like the Superior Spider-Man, Superior Octopus run, where he kind of became like an anti-hero and a little bit better. And even when he came back to Dr. Octopus, he's like supposed to be so. That'd be awesome if he comes back like that. And then watch if they end up doing something similar. They take his consciousness and put it into a younger body. And we have this badass Superior Octopus on, you know.
Damn, but you gotta span that. That can't be the
one movie.
Home.
Yeah, exactly.
We gotta understand what's happening with Peter Parker, and he's been outed.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on again, and refer to season 1 Into the LOZ verse for my treatment.
Facts.
This is all tied to multiversity.
Yeah. No, and what was crazy is like I'm pretty sure Marvel probably got pissed because even in the interview, he's like saying, "Oh yeah, at the first I was like I wasn't supposed to say anything. It's all hush hush with Marvel, blah blah blah." And then he says like he noticed that apparently the info was leaked. And so he's like, then who cares? And I can talk about it. I'm like, no, like you just confirmed it. Because other than that, it was leaked stuff that nobody confirmed, right? But now it came from his fucking mouth himself.
Dude, yo, I feel like it's kind of like I stated on our chat thread that we've referred to on the show before. This movie is so crazy to even speculate on, even for my doofy ass. Because like it's too wild. You have fucking Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness, fucking what's his name? Raul, wait, what? I'm not gonna fuck it up. What's his name?
Como Raúl Molina?
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't let me die.
Alfred Molina,
yeah. We got fucking Alfred Molina
Alfredo.
coming back. You have fucking Tobey Maguire coming back. Like
again, all speculation at this point.
Yeah,
all hearsay.
What about Jamie Foxx though? Isn't that
no?
confirmed?
All of that, none of that's confirmed.
Damn,
So that's why Alfred Molina is the only thing that's 100% confirmed because he.
But even that in
itself.
But even that in itself is mind blowing if you fucking think about it.
What if he's trolling?
Damn, you imagine he's trolling?
Bro, this wouldn't be the first from the Spider-Man team.
Damn, yeah, I'd feel hurt, bro.
Yo, they hired him to troll. You know, imagine there's actually a little contract and that's the thing. Like, yeah, we're gonna need you to start saying these bullshit.
Yo, next thing you know, Chris Pine gets cast.
Bro, that would set a new fucking precedent.
Ben Reilly.
Son. To get hiring actors to troll.
Yo, wait. Chris Pine as
Ben Reilly.
Yeah, because remember, didn't he voice like a blonde Peter Parker in the Into the Spider-Verse?
Yeah.
Damn, yo, you imagine the clone storyline played out in movies? We get the Jackal.
Yeah, but the only thing is, but there has to be like multiverse clones, no? Because technically, it would have to look like Tom Holland, right? If it's like, so that's the point, right? The Ben Reilly looks like Peter Parker because they're clones and shit.
If they look different, they're not clones.
It's like defeats the purpose of a cloning. Yo,
but that's why I'm not a geneticist.
Yo, but I am excited.
That's why.
Because if it wasn't because of that, shit, that will be all over. That's awesome news, and we're excited for that. Can't fucking wait for that.
December 17, 2021.
Yes. In pandemic time, that'll feel like in a week probably it'll happen or something. It'll feel like a week, yet 5 years from now, who knows?
I can't believe we're still like in this situation, like.
Year 2. Damn, and now there's mutation. So it's kind of like someone told me about that crazy movie that's on Netflix. It's called it's something that has to do with COVID-23, and it's been a 4-year lockdown.
Oh,
I should not. There's some crazy shit like that on Netflix. I forgot what it was called.
I don't want to see that shit. God damn.
But mind you, we're only on 19. I'm telling you, man. Zombie apocalypse, it's happening. Fuck. All right, so moving on to some palate cleansing news. So apparently the Gotham PD show that's going to be on HBO Max, which is going to be the spin-off of the Batman movie with what's his name?
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, Pattinson, who I just learned. So the movie's gonna be exactly on like his second year of operation as Batman, to be specific. Which I was pretty surprised about. Like, damn, that's specific. Like, is there a difference between year 2 and 3? But I'm sure there is an exponential difference between year 1 and 2. I would say, as far as the learning curve and being a vigilante goes. But yeah, so the show is not going to be based around the Gotham Central comic book series. It's going to be based around Jim Gordon. But when I read the news, I felt like I'm like, okay, we already got this in Gotham.
Right. So this news comes out of a recent Fat Man Beyond episode. Kevin Smith, we fucking love his podcast.
God.
Yep. And he had Ed Brubaker on there, and the creator of The Winter Soldier. And Mr. Brubaker came on the show, and he's just talking about how I don't mean to deviate too much, but he's talking about how like it's bittersweet for him to see the Winter Soldier on the big screen now, because he doesn't feel like he's gotten his due credit for his massive creation. Because I don't know if we've discussed this, but best characters of the last 20 years, you know, he's up there, even though he's like Bucky, but it's kind of like a new character in
we need to do
way.
that in a future episode, though. That's an awesome idea.
So yeah, for sure. And of course, Miles Morales is number one. And so he also wrote when he was with DC with Greg Rucka, he wrote this Gotham Central, the comic book, which I have never read, but I've been meaning to read it for a long time. And now that I have, you know, DC Infinite is finally a good app, right?
Yes,
I'm definitely going to dive into that. But yeah, on the show, you know, not only did he speak about how poorly he's been treated by Marvel with regard to, you know, being recognized and compensated for his creation of the Winter Soldier, but also how DC is also like, oh, no. This Gotham show that we're making is not the comic book that came out in the early 2000s that we talked about.
Yeah, it just sounds like he keeps getting... No, go ahead. I was just going to say, like, sounds like he keeps on getting the short end of the stick. Like, damn, the disrespect is really fucked up.
And I think that'd be a great thing for us to focus on another episode. We don't have to put exact, because it's not just an Ed Brubaker thing. You know, it's a big thing with Marvel and DC and these big companies that all their creatives are como se dice, work for hire only kind of thing, and their contract is you just do this thing. Anything you create for us, we own the intellectual property, and that's it. Which stems, you know, actually starts from way back in the day with Jack Kirby. You know, Jack Kirby was the first one to get fucked by all this stuff, you know, and basically ended up being owned by Marvel, which was owned by Stan Lee for the most part, which we can get on, because it happened with Thanos, with, you know, Jim Starlin, you know, created Thanos, and then we got all this epicness, and just he doesn't really get anything. Anyway, but the point is, right, with this new stuff, right? Because it seemed funny because I was also listening from that awesome interview on Fat Man Beyond, is that it might still be a Gotham Central type show. They're just not calling it Gotham Central to avoid any potential credit that they may give, or who knows? We'll see. And I'm also with Rod too. Like, I have never read this comic book, Ed Brubaker and Greg Rucka. And I just started reading it today because exactly the same reason. The app is a good app now, and I'm hooked already. Like, after issue 1, I'm like, oh god, damn, I can't wait. Good stuff.
Yeah, word. As a matter of fact, I might hop on that with you guys and actually check that out, just because I'm interested in the crimes that are beneath Batman's pay grade.
Oh shit, we got a book club selection.
Word. Look at that happening organically. Yeah, right. Might as well. Fuck it. All right, guys, so fuck it, we out.
I think just talking about the Winter Soldier transitions us beautifully into our first review of the evening. I don't know if we have more than one planned, but guys, the Winter Soldier, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 4?
Yeah.
Or 5?
No, 5. Episode 5.
5. No, 5, because it's the we have one more episode. Yeah,
about to fucking get crazy.
All right, I use penultimate correctly, by the way.
Huh? Okay, yes. Let me jump in real quick and just to say that this was the first episode that I genuinely fucking loved from start to finish. Like, finally. You weren't feeling this episode?
Nah, I thought it was amazing, but I was going to ask. Yeah. Knowing you, was it because of the training montage?
Partially due to the training montage. That was really cool.
Yeah, that was wavy.
But so tell us, Rob, but what about exactly what made you fucking finally like really enjoy this episode?
All right, hold up. We've conveniently made a little timeline of events. All right. First of all, it starts off right off the bat with an epic fucking 3-way battle between the superpowered John Walker, Falcon, and Bucky. That was a great way just to kick it off. The tension was high.
Wait. Spoiler alert here.
Spoiler alert.
Right.
Because the shit just came out.
Right.
Okay, go.
Right. But by the time people hear this, this will come out. Yeah, it'll come out. The final episode will be out.
Yeah, but
so if you're listening to this and you have not seen episode 5, hit pause right now and go watch that shit. But yeah, guys, the epic confrontation.
Facts.
They gotta bring him in for what he did. And he's like, no, you guys just want my shield.
Okay, my thing is they need to stop playing around with the power levels when it comes to Bucky. It doesn't make any sense. You mean to tell me that, like, I feel like he gets bitched too easily by John Walker. And if I'm not mistaken, his arm is vibranium. He threw him hard enough to make my fucking vibranium arm start to malfunction. I feel like they made John Walker too powerful.
I don't know. I'm still with it. I think Bucky's powerful. The arm kind of got disconnected a little bit for a second there. You know, I don't remember exactly in the scene because this is this epic battle that's happening, right? And because Walker still has the vibranium shield though, so I don't remember if that scene he hit him with the vibranium shield. That would make a little bit more sense. But I think I'm buying it also because John Walker, he is a well-trained fighter, and who knows at this point because he's all rage mode, so he's like we know for a fact that I'm sure that Sam and Bucky are holding back a bit, right? They're not, especially Winter Soldier, I would assume, especially with his history of just killing people, that he's probably a little bit hesitant, scared to go fucking all out, you know, where John Walker's like, he's not holding back whatsoever. So I think that would explain what
he's
like.
He tried to kill Falcon. Right?
The
epic Shield's insane face thing again.
Yeah, he was gonna decapitate Falcon straight up.
Yo, that's like his go-to move. He's like, this worked the first time. I'm gonna try to do it again.
Hashtag the guillotine.
Yo, and but that scene, that whole scene, fucking epic battle. They end up beating him, obviously. And also, like, yeah, speaking of power levels, yo, motherfucker, John Walker ripped one of the wings off of Falcon.
Both, wasn't it both?
I think it was both, right?
Both.
He ripped off both wings. What's that shit called when like an angel becomes human, like, or some shit like that? I completely forgot. I was thinking about like Constantine or some shit. Like transmogrification. I don't know. But anyway, like he completely ripped his wings off. I was like, oh shit, that was crazy. Yo. But then our boy looked out for him and gave him the box from the Wakandans. Which
wait, you're getting ahead. You're getting way ahead of us.
All right. Very quickly, so then we have obviously Winter Soldier and the Falcon win, right? Against, spoiler alert. but it's a Pyrrhic victory, right? Because they get their asses kicked, and then so they bring in John, and he gets court-martialed. He gets removed of his rank as Captain America. Give us back the fucking shield. You get no pension. You're basically exiled and shit, right? And that's when we get this huge, my nipples got instantly hard when I saw this fucking. You see a character walk into the screen. You're like, oh shit, this is like a big moment kind of deal. Right, and then it's Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Yeah.
As what is it,
Elaine,
the Contessa
as Elaine. As Elaine.
As Elaine the Veep character. Yeah. No, Contessa Val. Something.
Madam Hydra.
Madam Hydra.
Just
honestly,
owning the scene. A la the greats of the MCU, like what is it, Sam Rockwell and Robert Downey Jr. Obviously,
wonderful comparison.
Just eating,
And listen,
amazing.
Man,
I love her.
Just like the other 99.9% of Americans, I get all my news for the Instagram comment sections. And what I'm hearing is rumors of that her incoming could be a signaling of the assembly of the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, or Dark Avengers.
Which is a team that's led by Zemo. But remember, they're all fucking part of Hydra in one way or another. So maybe they're trying to assemble their own Avengers, and shit, that could be like the next big baddie.
Yo, yeah, because just for those out there, for Thunderbolts, were this group of villains that pretended to be heroes that were led by Zemo, right? That was the first initiation version of the team, and afterwards, there's been different versions that have been very, very Suicide Squad type versions, where it's like the government puts villains together to do good stuff. But exactly, like I like the idea of this could be more Dark Avengers kind of thing than rather Thunderbolts, right? Where in the comic books, the Dark Avengers was this awesome book after by Bendis, right? After the Secret Invasion story. Oh shit! And Secret Invasion is coming to the Disney Plus. Oh shit! The point is, after the Secret Invasion, Norman Osborn, more famously known for you people who only watch the movies as Green Goblin from the Spider-Man films, he wins and then becomes like basically the Shield director. It's called Hammer, but that's the idea. And he makes his Avengers team, right? Which is the Dark Avengers, where they're all just villains. So I could totally see Elaine, Selena Meyer, Val, Madame Hydra running the team, getting her Captain America with fucking John Walker. Simo as, I don't know, we'll see what happens.
Captain
Simo.
America. He was a Patriot character.
Yeah. Citizen V.
Citizen V.
Citizen V.
Boom.
And
Tim Roth, the Abomination, as your Hulk.
Oh,
who wasn't that yet? You get a little squad.
Yeah, apparently I've heard also rumors from that, because I've heard that same rumor from the Thunderbolt stuff, that we could also get, I forgot her name, but the actress who's playing Scarlett Johansson's sister in Black Widow, that she might be
Yelena Belova, the
other
Black Widow.
Yeah, that she might be the Black Widow in this new
man, I want to see this. I want to see this show.
And especially since I believe that she's probably going to make her transition to become the White Widow, I feel, at some point or another, since we're going to have two of those like Russian assassins in the
Legends
universe.
of Tomorrow.
Yo, exactly. and actually more rumor info to add to this. Actually, now we're putting fucking the dots together, man. Is that
Pepe Sylvia?
Exactly right now. Shit. Is that apparently Elaine, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, whatever, she was supposed to make apparently her debut in Black Widow, actually, but because of the pandemic and all that kind of stuff, we're getting her first in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
She recruits the other Black Widow
exactly
at the end of the movie,
dude.
Yo, she's playing basically like the opposite of Nick Fury. Back in the day, where we see Nick Fury appearing, recruiting people, I'm thinking maybe she's gonna appear in every show, movie, recruiting people until we get the Dark Avengers, Thunderbolt, whatever.
Yeah, and since she's like private, right? It seems like she's like backed by like a private. I don't know if it's Hydra or whatever. The fuck.
Yeah, it's Hydra. She's Madam Hydra.
She's gonna be that chick from the first season of The Boys with the super team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dude, yo, I'm telling you, man, it's like Feige stepped up from being the thinker to being Metron. He's just sitting in a chair, just putting shit together. That's insane to replay her role into the show like that and spin it that cleverly. Dude, that's amazing. I think we're actually gonna get like an anti Dark Avengers. And I'm even betting, considering the power and the resources of Hydra, John Walker is gonna get a black and red vibranium shield. Calling it. They're gonna clash shields eventually, and his is not gonna break one day. Watch.
One day. But before getting way ahead of ourselves, because we know the spoiler at the end of the episode, right? We see him making his own shield, which I'm sure it's not a vibranium shield if he's just fucking doing it in his garage. It's made
out of copper.
It's made out of a hood of a car or some shit. Like it's like okay.
Yeah, fuck.
But anyway, right? So we had that fucking awesome scene. Obviously, we're all fucking Julia Louis-Dreyfus fans, so we love that scene. And then from there, we get also finally a little bit of closure, I guess, for us. We'll see what happens in the next episode. That Simo gets captured. This wonderful scene, right, with he's at Sokovia, which I thought was funny. I'm like, out of all the places you could go, you're going to Sokovia. That's pretty obvious. That's where you would be, man.
Word.
But so Bucky finds him and like threatens to kill him, but doesn't kill him, to kind of show him that I'm not under your control anymore. I'm not the Winter Soldier. And then he's taken by the Dora Milaje to go back to no, he's taken to the raft, they said, right?
All right. Yeah, that's what they said before they do a brief stop in Wakanda and shove all types of vibranium instruments up his ass for killing their king. Oh. They're gonna beat the shit out of him. He killed their. They're not going to the.
Wait, you think that's how Wakandans punish people, by shoving things up their ass? They're mad forward in technology, a lot of things, but when it comes to their fucking justice system, they're medieval.
Yeah, he killed their king. It's not like, oh, he stole some shit or like he stole vibranium. He killed their king. He's getting stuff
by proxy, though, right?
But
no, because he set the bombs.
Okay. Like, I don't remember all that shit.
Yeah, he killed King T'Chaka. He's getting some vibranium in his butt. And then he's going to the raft.
Who's to say that's a bad thing, bro? Vibranium.
I think it's all about how it's implemented.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, but at least they're gonna beat the shit out of him, though. Like as soon as that,
at minimum.
As soon as the shuttle closed, they started beating the shit out of him automatically. But yeah,
Oh man,
that was definitely some closure. I felt good about that.
but I wonder, are we gonna see him again on the season finale? Of course, right? Of
I feel
course.
like we should.
No, I honestly don't. I think that's the last time we're going to see him for a while. But I think we're going to see him again eventually, though.
Yo, at the
Possibly even
end,
a different actor.
Citizen V.
Exactly. At the end of the last episode, the como se dice, the mid credit scene, I'm sure is gonna be Selena Meyer, Madame Viper appearing in front of him in the raft, telling him like, "All right, we have something for you" or something. Bam, Citizen V.
Right there. I can see that. Write that down. Damn, and then after that, you had that powerful fucking scene with Isaiah Bradley, bro. Which we knew he was gonna come back.
No, oh right, Isaiah. Right. Eli is
Isaiah,
the grandson.
Yeah,
right,
Eli. Yeah, Eli. What's his name? And who does he become? The son? Yeah, Patriot. Yeah.
Patriot,
but dude, yeah, that moment was tough. And then he had like his own long-standing love interest, kind of like his own Agent Carter and shit. So kind of like it showed you a parallel to Steve Rogers' story, just like a black man's
dark
version.
One.
Yeah, unfair treatment. Like, see, and that's what I meant when I referred to it. He is the Captain America, the other Captain America. He's the yin to Steve Rogers' yang, or whichever one is which, because it showed the direct parallel when he showed his loved one. Like, you know what I mean? Steve got to say goodbye. They had a long story. Motherfucker, even
they got to grow old together.
Exactly. Isaiah Bradley was fucking tortured, got freed. They maybe had a life on the run together, but still, like, she was his saving grace. And it's like, once again, allegory. I'm not gonna say it. Everybody sees it. But yeah, essentially, that shit blew my mind, that how much they covered with so much time when it came to Isaiah Bradley. Holy shit.
No, that was wonderful discussion. Exactly. You're right. And damn, it just makes it exactly, even knowing now that how Steve Rogers ended up still growing old with Peggy, it hurts that much more knowing how Isaiah's life was completely opposite, right? Because she died without even him knowing that she had died, and it was just so fucking tragic. And I liked him pointing out how, like, look, like, they're never gonna want the Black Captain America. Like, they won't want that, which I think it's going to set it up really nicely to, I'm sure what's going to happen is Sam's going to become Captain America, in which we saw in the comic books. I remember when it happened in the comic books, which was Rick Remender, his awesome run on Captain America made Sam Captain America. People went kind of crazy, and there was a lot of hate out there because of that, right? So we'll see what happens in the MCU if that's what truly ends up happening at the end of the series, with Sam becoming Cap.
And I love the fact that, like, just like how you said, there was blowback when that happened, as if people forget that Isaiah Bradley is canon. He wasn't made for just the show. Like, if you look up the legacy of Captain America, the first Captain America, Isaiah Bradley, was Black. However,
wait, quick correction. No. The first Captain America is Steve Rogers. Then, in an attempt to replicate Dr. Erskine's super soldier serum, they tested on African American guys, and then that's where you got Isaiah Bradley.
Really? I thought it was always the other way around. Like,
yeah,
Isaiah Bradley
that's a common.
First, then Steve Rogers.
This is a common like misconception with the story. It's post. Yeah,
and also in the show, I think Isaiah mentioned that at least in MCU 2 as well, he mentioned that he was after Steve Rogers, that they tested on him, because then that's why they tried to do this whole como se say, like, cheap knockoff of the super soldier serum on him. And as he was saying, actually, so we're going back to the X-Men stuff, right? Because he did mention in that wonderful conversation he had with Sam that they gave us the super soldier serum on a group of us, right? A bunch of us. And then he kind of says, like, he said that at the end, he thinks some of them died or whatnot. But that's very much Weapon Plus, right there. That's like, he might mean fucking Logan.
Logan is Black. Mic drop.
Nah. Imagine that. I would love that. That'd be dope.
I'd be with it,
bro. And also, it makes it easier not to have to, like, replace Hugh Jackman. A whole new Logan.
Michael B. Jordan as Logan.
Yo.
No, but
Wesley
come on, he's
Snipes as
Warmonger.
Logan.
Yeah, he's Killmonger, dude. Yeah.
Wesley
Yeah,
Snipes.
Killmonger. Warmonger is
about
the other dude from Iron Man, right?
What about Wesley Snipes?
What though?
Ironmonger.
Ironmonger.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's a monger. There's many mongers in the Marvel universe.
Monger of some sort.
Yo.
But Wesley Snipes as Logan. I'm with it. Hashtag Wesley Snipes.
No, as Charles.
Yo.
Or there's rumors floating around that they're gonna make Charles black or something like that.
Yeah,
So,
I've heard that a lot.
a black Logan spinning out of Falcon and Winter Soldier. I don't know. It makes a lot of sense.
Yo,
Black
and
Charles?
hear me out. Like, if they do the anthology series, right, and then when they do the season that's his original time in the US, imagine if he was like a slave or something, and like we see that.
That'd be
Yo,
epic.
some
Ready
like
to win some Oscars out
some
here.
12 years a slave kind of thing,
Fuck.
man. Whoa, let's do it. I'm with this
Yo.
story.
And if we get a black Xavier, it has to be Morgan Freeman. I'm with it.
Yeah, he's not a character yet in the MCU.
He will
Not
be.
yet,
And
no.
It's gonna be Morgan Freeman. Confirmed here. You heard it, folks. But I'm definitely with it. And then after that, you had which, by the way, in that scene, I love the fact that Isaiah Bradley said, like, he had that mic drop, like, no black man should want to be Captain America. And then that's what shows like how strong Sam is, that he believes in the same thing that Steve believes in, like the purity of America, which it's supposed to be for everyone. So they're not fighting for what it was, or they're fighting for what it's supposed to be. So it's like the ideal itself. That shit was deep as fuck.
Yeah, and I think that was highlighted really nicely when he spoke with his sister later on in the episode, right, where the sister kind of convinced him to, like, yeah, man, you got to keep on the good fight, you know, and it's understandable because he's a different generation, different age, you know, and it would be fascinating to see him as Captain America and then see if we get a series, if we get a movie. Does he still think the same way at the end or not? You know, but I think I love that because it is. I do think it's a dynamic of different generational experience, points of views, and own lived experiences, of course. Because we know obviously Sam's life hasn't been as bad as Isaiah's. You know, like Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna make a bit of a bold claim though. However, I'm gonna say that Sam is gonna be Captain America for like one episode just to shut the fans up. Watch, and it's gonna end up being Bucky calling it now.
No,
He's gonna have a go at it, then be like, you know what? It feels better with you for some reason.
Yeah, we talked about Ed Brubaker, the creator of Winter Soldier, earlier, and he actually had Bucky become Cap after Steve Rogers was killed by a hypnotized Agent 13, right?
Right.
Sharon Carter in the comic books, not the show, in the comic books, Sharon Carter like shot him. She was under some type of spell with a magical time bullet.
Right. And so like killed, quote unquote, right?
That propelled Steve throughout time.
Yeah.
Oye, which kind of sounds familiar to like when Darkseid killed Batman
allegedly.
Yeah. Bro, I'm making a chart of every time that DC and Marvel come up with the same story. You know the Red Hood and the Winter Soldier came out a month apart.
Damn.
January and February, two sidekicks that were long thought dead. You don't touch these guys. Oh, let's make them cool, badass renegades.
Listen, man. I'm gonna say this shit because I love you. I think you're messing with powers that you don't understand.
Pepe Sylvia.
Yeah. I don't think he doesn't tell me shit you don't address out loud. You definitely shouldn't be charting this shit.
Yo, your camera did go off a minute ago, Rod.
You
kind of dropped. I don't know. We're a little bit scared now. What just happened here?
Fuck. Anyway,
are you even Rod, man? I don't know.
Facts. Yo, right there, they could have switched them.
I'm a scroll.
Yo,
who's a scroll in this show?
Most likely you after that camera issue.
You just said it, man. No,
and then you're bringing it up to get dissuade attention.
Nah. Not falling for that scroll.
Yeah, word, fuck out of here.
Yo,
That's
but not.
Rod is a scroll.
But I see what you're saying, you know, and in the comic books, yeah, exactly. Bucky became Cap because, you know, Cap had died, and it seemed it was a logical storyline. And then in the comic books, when Steve Rogers was removed of the super soldier serum from him and kind of aged to be his own true age of older, that's when Sam took the mantle of Captain America because he wanted him to do it, and you know, Steve wanted Sam to be the Captain America, and that was a good run. It was a good book. I didn't really buy it completely because I wasn't a huge fan of Sam Wilson at the time, but actually with this show, the series, the way it's been the story, the way it's been growing with how much Sam didn't want to be him, Captain America, and kind of Bucky's been pushing him for actually he would want him to be Captain America, and I could totally tell that Bucky doesn't want to be Captain America, right? Like I don't think he cares much for that. And obviously, with his history of being fucking the Winter Soldier, he would not be the appropriate mascot for the U.S. And so I'm really liking how Sam's kind of growing into it, especially seeing what fucking happened with John Walker and this awesome, what we were saying earlier, what made Rod love the show, right? That awesome montage scene of him training, getting better at using the shield, and fucking it made me believe that, all right, you are worthy. You can be Captain America, man.
Facts. Yeah. That montage was fucking amazing. And to be honest, in the box that he got from Bucky, that he got from the Wakandans as like one last favor before he didn't go back to Wakanda for a while. At first I thought it was just a set of like, holy shit, this motherfucker has vibranium wings. That's even more epic than a vibranium arm, considering his flight ability. If you think about it, like shit, that's insane. Because they can make a bigger shield than Captain America's shield if they're vibranium wings. But then I always mention it for those of you who don't follow our Instagram page. Get your shit together, do it, go see it. Then Miguel posted the image of what Falcon had looked like when he became Captain America, and then it hit me like it's the suit in the box. Especially when he opened the box and took that deep breath and seemed to hesitate and think it over. Is like he wouldn't do that for a pair of vibranium wings. He would have been hyped as fuck, like, oh shit, new toys. He looked at that suit and I'm like, if I put this on, I'm taking on a bigger responsibility than I've ever had before. And then it hit me like, that's the suit. So I hope, and I think the suit is subtle enough, they could keep it very comic accurate.
Oh my God. And I just thought about it, right? Because obviously what we're talking about here, right, is the scene that we know that's Bucky asked Ayo for help from the Wakandans, right?
Yep.
We don't know what, right? He wanted something else, and then he gives this box to Sam earlier on, like halfway through the show, when they have this really fun back and forth, like buddy cop comedy kind of thing, helping build awesome, good, wholehearted scenes, no?
Yeah.
And we don't know what is in the box, right? Exactly. I was thinking it was going to be just the new wings because that got fucked up by Walker. But now the thing that what if it's freaking
a severed head?
Oh,
damn! What's in the box? What's in the box?
Yo, no, but like because he's not a super soldier, what if it's kind of like a vibranium type epic suit a la Black Panther, but like looking like the comic book Captain America.
Man,
bro,
he's gonna be balled out because remember, he's not a super soldier. He refuses to take the serum, even if it was offered to him. So he's gonna be vibranium the fuck out. They're gonna hook him up. Fucking vibranium suit, top to bottom, vibranium wings, vibranium shield, vibranium. Fuck. They're going to layer his vibranium with more vibranium.
Yo, but question, guys. Do you think he's still going to have wings? Like in the comic books, he was still Falcon with wings and all that. Or do you think he no longer will have wings and just be Captain America like old school? No,
man.
Right?
Nah, man. I think they're going to keep the wings because like for the first time, Captain America is now also an eagle.
Exactly. And when he was doing all the shield tosses in the montage, like he's doing all these like moves as if he had the wings, like the way he fights is like very aerial and shit.
Yo, and I love that though. Like seeing him fighting as Falcon was fucking some of the coolest shit, man. Honestly, like in the way he uses his wings, like right, like just to hit people and like knock them down, and then also fly. Like I want to see that plus the shield. Yes.
Yeah, facts. Because remember the beginning fight scene, they broke his they broke John Walker's arm because of his jetpack. Like he knows how to like flick that thing on and off like it's nothing. Like he's very clever with his use of his equipment. And also, quick shout out to Tekken. When I was watching his training montage, I was reminded of Eddie Gordo with some of his flip moves when he was cashing the shield. Shout out to Eddie Gordo, the ultimate cheese character.
Well, and so with that, then that basically just leads to the ending, the cliffhanger ending of the show, right? Where we see this further radicalized Carly get to the point where she's going to bomb this big meeting of the global repatriation group thing that's trying to get all the refugees,
right?
Oh, in New York City, you got to go classic.
Like, yes,
with an army of super soldiers.
Not an army of super soldiers. She just has the one only other super, because the other guy got killed by
Asian
Walker.
Guy.
No,
Batrock is going to become a super soldier, calling it.
You think he's another like vial?
Yeah. No, there's one vial left. Remember? Because I think she kept one. Yeah. I think this dude drank one, and there might be one left.
Shout out to GSP.
I
love seeing him again.
There's no more vials. I think they all got destroyed. They all got destroyed. And then Walker was the only one that took one vial with him, and obviously he used it. But that's it. They don't have any more. And so that's the scene, right? They're gonna bomb. It's in we leave right when they're about to start, right? When they go this very Hydra moment where the como se dice, the security guards in the event tell each other like one world, like very Hail Hydra shit. And then that's when Sam sees the thing. And all right, so we're gonna see what happens in the finale. Shit, in a week.
One episode remaining.
God damn.
And I think we might have won Rod over from the sounds of it. Just give in. It's okay. They had they had a piece of Seinfeld in the show. That's it. You're sold.
Yeah, word. Nah, I don't know. I think it was the first like good episode, and so far.
Yo, they've all been great. They've all been leading to this, right? Yes, that's been good.
We're not.
Well, they've been good. They've been good. They've been good. They've been entertaining. I leave each episode enjoying it, ready for the next one.
This show was sold as like a buddy, but this was the first episode that I felt like okay, granted, like they had to grow to this point in their bonding. But even their banter in the first few episodes, like, oh yeah, we don't like each other, whatever. It was kind of stupid. But in this one, with Bucky coming through and helping him with, his personal stuff and maybe flirting with his sister and then like Falcon, Sam having real talk with Bucky. One of the reasons why he can't be Cap is because he's not ready, right? He says all these things that he has to resolve.
Yeah, word.
But yeah, I felt like all the layers, and of course, John Walker, like his whole like fucking Few Good Men scene and his being court-martialed. That was all really, really well done. A lot of good shit, man.
No, but that's a good point. You're right, because it did have to set up like exactly which I'm fine with, because I like that, because I would have not liked if all of a sudden this is where we're at. It's like, well, no, I'm like, of course. I like the slow, but you're right. This was the first episode where we really see everything just connects really well, and every scene builds off of each other really well, and I'm with it. And in that scene exactly when Bucky and Sam are speaking towards the end of the episode, and like Sam helps them out with this, they help each other out, right? And that was just some beautiful fucking dialogue right there, like Sam telling Bucky, like what was it, like you got to do the work.
I saved it on my phone. I got to watch this shit every morning, man. Do the fucking work.
That shit was deep. I mean, I don't think he said do the fucking work.
That's when I got that Captain America vibe. He's holding the shield. The sun was hitting him. His chest was puffed. He's like, do it. I'm like, yeah, let's fucking do this.
And
Invincible is still better though. That's my last thought. Invincible is still better. So we'll get into that later on.
Whatever, man.
Look at that hate.
Next week.
You were giving so much love, and you're like, no way, I gotta stop myself. No, Invincible is better. Fuck that.
Correction. I still hate the shit.
All right, but we good. All right, we got the finale next week. Hopefully, we find out who the power broker is. We'll see if it's Kingpin from Daredevil.
Mephisto.
Imagine.
Dude, man, the last episode is gonna be fucking nuts.
Or it's gonna be Evan Peters, the John Boner, whatever guy. The power broker.
So far we have is John Boner. Wait, what's his name? No, wait, that's the Speaker of the House guy, John Boner. Wait, who's that?
Boehner. I think it's the Speaker of the House.
No, sorry. Who's the Evan Peters dude?
Something Boner. I don't remember his first name. Mr. Boner.
So it's either Mr. Boner, the Kingpin, or Mephisto. Those are 3 guesses so far as a power broker.
It has to be one of those, and that's it.
Or low key, Madam Hydra.
Sharon Carter.
Yeah. I think there might be Sharon Carter. Yeah.
Or she's the red herring.
Facts.
We'll see. All right, but I'm fucking looking forward to it. Yes.
And we're going to find out. All right, guys. And on that note, can't wait to check out all this crazy shit next week. We're definitely going to get together as usual and talk about it for the pleasure of the fans. They need it. They need us. We need them. Love you guys. This is the Legion. I am Chuz. Deuces.
Yo, and I'm Miguel. Bye.
And I'm Rod. Next week, we'll have a review of Mortal Kombat.
Word.
Yes.
Laters.
Peace.
Peace.